Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about animation getting canceled. We've got a couple different stories here. One is a cartoon called Phoebe and Her Unicorn.
We talked about this in other videos. You'd mentioned the unicorn show that got canceled.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the reasons because now the Mary Sue is blaming sexism. The creator.
Well, the Mary Sue would have nothing else to talk about if they didn't blame everything on sexism and racism.
The creator is blaming sexism. I think there's more going on there because we're going to talk about all the other shows that have been yanked lately in the last several months. And even the follow-up to Klaus at Netflix. Klaus, which was critically acclaimed, very
amazing. Deserved to beat Toy Story 4.
So when something like the follow-up to Klaus is getting canceled, I don't think it's personal. It's
racism.
We're gonna talk, yeah, because he's actually a Latino. I think he's Sergio Pablos. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about this situation. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 284, almost 285,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about the animation industry, having worked, in and around people that work in the animation industry. Believe it or not, we actually do have some sources.
You're a liar.
We lie. That's right. So yeah, let's talk about this. We actually have optioned shows before, and we've had those shows not get picked up because it's very, very hard. It's very hard to get the studio to commit the amounts of money, the insane amounts of money it takes for most cartoon shows to get the green light.
Probably a blessing in disguise, though, because then you run into these situations where they take your show, you can never get it back kind of situation, so it's probably okay, but we didn't.
Yeah, because with Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and Disney, when you sell your show, you basically sell your baby, and that's it.
I'm sorry. Given the incredible success of series like She-Ra, The Princesses of Power, no, it was not successful. It was not. It was just a bunch of people, and there are many alt accounts going on to Tumblr and DeviantArt and all over the place trying to make it sound bigger than it was. They were literally trying to get another season, and you could see them they're talking to each other about using their other accounts to make it to boost it. They were flat out saying it. Whatever.
Yeah, so the creator, and you have to take her at her word, said that the reason the show was not picked up was executives thought it wouldn't draw enough of an audience if it doesn't cater to boys. Now, this was kind of the case back with Disney XD years ago because they wanted to merch it like, Power Rangers and stuff like that. I don't think that's the case now.
Let's look at this again. This list. She-Ra and the Princess of Power. Owl House. Owl House is crazy and popular with a lot of people. The Powerpuff Girls. And My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
So
the bronies aren't men, I guess.
So in the first paragraph, you basically shoot down the argument that they're not going to do it because it has a female lead. Because there are most shows out there now, most animated series out there now, it seems like that they are announcing have female leads. I'm trying to scroll down. I literally cannot scroll. They have double the number of ads on their page. I swear to God. Like the Mary Sue is so desperate.
Surprised.
So desperate. Phoebe and Her Unicorn entered the public consciousness when cartoonist Dana Simpson launched a daily children's webcomic.
I've never heard of it.
Called Heavenly Nostrils.
And we were around then as a webcomic.
That was actually kind of at the height of the popularity of Shadowbinders. And I never heard of it. The story follows 9-year-old Phoebe Howell, who skips a rock across a pond and accidentally hits a unicorn in the face.
Which is kind of cute. I like it.
Yeah, it's a cute idea. Andrews McMeel Publishing released a collection of the comic strip, a Heavenly Nostrils Chronicle, and in 2015 the strip was syndicated for more than 100 print newspapers. Apparently that's all they have left now is 100 print newspapers.
I don't know, I feel like it sounds like a cute idea.
Yeah, it's a cute idea. Under the title Phoebe and Her Unicorn, since that first collection was released in 2014, Phoebe has become a highly successful children's comic series, with 16 books.
I would have bought the books for our daughter. Sounds cute.
The animated adaptation was announced in 2020, and Deadline reported Nickelodeon planned to turn it into a multi-platform franchise. Then on December 28th, 2022, Simpson posted on Facebook the project was axed.
Well, that's because they were axing a lot of projects. I don't think this one has anything to do with pushing agendas or anything. I just they were axing a lot of stuff.
They're axing everything. And that's what we want to talk about. We'll talk about the follow-up to Klaus. We'll talk about all these other shows that are getting canceled. Basically, it's like animation Armageddon at this point. And I don't think any showrunner should take it personally. I know that they're not.
It was hard not to take it personally, but it doesn't just mean it's because it's a phobia.
No, and I get, unless they flat out said to her, it's like, yes, there's just too many girls in this show. We can't, because Doc McStuffins was an awful idea.
She-Ra was.
I known that was probably coming for a few months. It's an old Hollywood story. The execs who optioned my show in 2020 left.
Okay, wait. Let's go back up for a minute. Option my show in 2020. Okay, if you've watched our videos before, back in 2020, when the pandemic hit, right? Mm-hmm. Then around end of 2020, 2021, the networks all of a sudden started greenlighting everything animation they could because it could keep being produced while other things were shut down. You couldn't do live action because of restrictions, but people were working from home on animation, so they were able to get a lot more done. So a bunch of these places, it was like animation was the new thing, and everybody was going and greenlighting so much of it, it was ridiculous. And then everybody went back to work in 2021. And then the money was drying up on the streaming services. And then they started canceling these shows this year. They canceled some last year, a lot of the ones that are coming out this year. So yeah, some executives left. But there's more to it than just that.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, at the end of the day, it's about money, a lack of money, and the fact that animation is very, very expensive to produce.
They're going to cut like 10 of these if it means they're going to get another Stranger Things.
Yeah. And it's not proven. I mean, it's that you might sell books, but I've seen shows before that sold books. They would get an adaptation. Nobody watched the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just because you're a literary darling does not mean it's going to translate into
I think it's a cute idea. I really do.
It's a cute idea. Yeah. So they said that they started complaining my project doesn't cater to enough boys. Did they actually tell? I mean, if they told her to her face, they might have. Hollywood has an idea that boys won't watch shows that center girls, but girls will watch shows that center boys.
Well, Hollywood's wrong about that.
Or girls don't like animation.
That's also Hollywood's wrong. But they're using other things that were said previously to try to use it as a reason to justify why they're right.
Yeah. Marketing-wise, you should only ever make boys shows, possibly with one token girl.
That's not true, though.
I think what it is they're... For kid shows now, they're looking at the merchandising angle.
But there's a lot of shows that are doing really well that are merchandise that are just girls, like Gabby's. Was it Gabby's? What is it? They have all kinds of shows that are girl centered, and even in the older shows. I mean, Owl House is getting canceled, but they had there's a lot of shows with female leads. It's not just the ones they're mentioning, and then you're not seeing a lot coming out because the animation's kind of being cut.
So here we go again. At the time of writing, they wrote out to her. In her Facebook post, Simpson, a transgender woman, notes, I worried transphobia would screw me over. Turns out no, just garden variety sexism.
Well, welcome to being a woman, I guess.
This is the second studio to acquire the rights. Amazon was supposed to do it between 2017 and 2019. So look, this...
Yeah, that tells me more there.
Well, yeah, and also... It's not a unique story. So if you want to start talking, and I just got done saying that, literary success does not always translate into a successful show. This is actually a case with like Amulet and Raina Telgemeier's stuff. How long have they been trying to get Amulet turned into an animated movie or TV show? Like 15 years? Mm-hmm. And it hasn't happened. And he sells books. He sells a lot of books.
What this says to me is there was two to someplace else previously. Yeah. So, I mean, they didn't think it could work, and they released it. Then she took it someplace else, and they didn't think it could work there either, and they're not doing it. So it doesn't sound so much like sexism to me as it sounds like, two different places optioned it, but they didn't think it could work. I mean, they might have said about, they need more boys in it. And I do agree 100% that boys will watch shows with a girl-female lead. They have for years, which is hilarious to me because a lot of boys watched the original She-Ra, but that's not the narrative they tried to spin when they released the new one, was it?
Yeah, I mean, really, what it comes down, and they talk about She-Ra and all that, but what comes down,
She-Ra can suck it.
It's the marketing angle, the merchandising angle of it.
Sorry, she won't suck it because she's,
she can flick it.
Yeah, she'll.
Adora can flick it.
Flick it.
Bop it.
There you go.
Slam it. So, yeah, I mean, look, I understand. I completely get being angry that your show didn't get picked up. Trust me, we've been there.
We get it.
In fact, the original story, which was the executive change, that's what happened to us. We actually had a couple of shows optioned, and then there was a huge management shift, and everything that had been optioned got cut loose, basically, because we're going in a totally different direction.
So, yeah, it does happen, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a sexism reason. But there's a major cut. They're cutting a lot of things right now.
It's every place. Cartoon Network is canceling shows. Netflix is canceling a lot of shows. In fact, this one floored me because I'm like, if there were one director that could squeeze something through at Netflix right now, it'd be Sergio Pablos, because Klaus was such an amazing, critically acclaimed, watched, well-liked, effing masterpiece. And yeah, no, they're kicking him to the curb too. Mm-hmm. So this is...
racism confirmed.
Yeah, racism confirmed. Ember from Klaus, Helmer, Sergio Pablos not moving forward at Netflix. He is free to shop it around, but this is crazy. They said, first announced by Netflix back in June, Ember is billed as an epic adventure tale of humankind's quest for fire, told through the eyes of young Dakaika, who embarks on an impossible race to a distant volcano to get the spark that'll save her tribe.
Oh, there you go. It's because it's a her.
Oh my God. The project came to the streamer via Pablos' companies, the SBA Studios, and is, okay, here we go, and is one of several animated works to be scrapped at Netflix this year, joining a list that also includes Wings of Fire, Anti-Racist Baby, With Kind Regards from Kindergarten, which is actually a preschool show. So it's, look, they're looking at the return on investment. Are they going to make their money back?
I think this is an animation in general. I don't think it matters what the gender of the lead is.
No, I think they're just done with animation.
And what they're keeping, I think, are things that can toy.
Yeah, and you can't, I mean, can you toy this? This doesn't sound like something that's going to toy. Klaus, people are going to watch it every year because it's a Christmas special. They're going to watch it year after year after year, but this one they're not going to. And look, at the end of the day, it's all about the bean counters looking at it and being like, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? We got to make our money back. They've gotten burned on a lot of animation. They spent a lot of money. I mean, this stuff is not cheap to produce. And
it really sucks. But, you can't just say it's because of these things.
No, that's really distilling it down to very simple.
Now, apparently they told this person that was why.
Well, they're probably like, it might have been, we can't merchandise this because boys statistically buy more toys maybe than girls.
Which isn't true.
It's not true. I mean, look at like the PJ Masks stuff and look at the, I mean, I don't know. They probably have numbers.
Gabby's Dollhouse.
Gabby's Dollhouse. That's right.
Yeah, I could have.
You forgot the name of it because you're sexist.
That's right.
She's not worth remembering.
It's just because I'm tired, and I should have known that because I bought a lot of stuff of those for Christmas for kids.
I don't know what to say. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh my God, they just hate animation. They hate diverse creators. Well, a lot of the creators working on animated projects just happen to be diverse. I don't think it's a personal thing. I really don't. I mean, again, we've been there. And Well,
what's interesting for me is that it was at two different places. If it was just the one place and they said that, okay, maybe that's what's going on, that's shit. But when it's in two different places and they both passed on it after a little while, that says there might be more to this than just that.
Yeah, and you have to realize too, like we talk about optioning and stuff like that. And just because you get something optioned doesn't mean it's going to happen. Basically, they're holding it until they decide if they want to move ahead with it, producing it or not. And, they didn't want to. I mean, that was their right to pass. So we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.